Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today we're going to be checking out some Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War gameplay because we are going to be talking a little bit more in depth when it comes to this game itself. But I just want to let you guys know what you're actually watching. We actually dropped a nuke in this gameplay for the first time in Treyarch history. For those who don't know, actually, Treyarch has never made a nuke in their game. Well, a physical nuke, of course. It's always been a medal. 25, 30 kills, you'll get a medal. I never really cared for it that much. It always kind of annoyed me. But in this special game mode called Die Hardpoint, you can actually obtain a nuke. I believe it's with 25 kills, and it's pretty cool. It's nothing insane. They didn't put too much effort into the animation and stuff like that, so it's not outstanding, but at the end of the day, it's still a physical nuke, and I have tons of fun earning it. But guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed today's gameplay. We're rocking the FFAR, probably one of the most underrated rifles in the whole game, and we're actually rocking with a bunch of viewers as well. And if anybody wants to play with me or ever squad up with me, get into a 6-man party in Black Ops Cold War, you guys are always welcome. I play every single day over on stream, which I do over at Twitch TV, so if you want to check that out, link to that is down in the description. I have my Activision ID over there and everything like that, and I always do open lobbies. I start my streams about around 3 p.m. Eastern time, sometimes a little bit earlier, but every single time I stream Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, I always play with my viewers. That's the only way I can actually play this game. If I don't play with you guys, it's nearly impossible. But guys, let's get straight into the commentary. Today we're going to be talking about the actual progress of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War when it comes to the fun factor. And as you guys know, to me personally, one of the biggest things to make sure that a Call of Duty game succeeds is the actual map rotation. Now, a while ago, I made multiple commentaries about this topic, but like I said, as time goes on and as things change, I always change my opinions and stuff like that, and I like to make new commentaries and keep you guys up to date. That's kind of what this channel is all about, just keeping you guys up to date with the current Call of Duty title and my current opinions on the game to see if anything's changing with it. And I gotta say, as time has gone on, the map rotation of this game is actually really good now. I can go to 6v6 and be able to play more than I usually do because more than half the times I'm not playing on an absolutely god-awful map. This is a syndrome that a lot of Call of Duty games have been suffering from for a very long time, including, like I said earlier, Modern Warfare 2019 specifically. That was just a disaster. I mean, my god, I have never played a game that had a worse catalog of maps in my whole life compared to Modern Warfare 2019. And if you guys don't understand why I'm so uptight with map design, I guess I can always explain it again. I know I explained it in the past, but for anybody who's new, the main reason why I care so much about map design is because that is how the game is going to flow. All the fundamentals of your game is going to come down to the map design. How you design it for people to be rotating around the map, if it's going to be a more aggro map, a more defensive map, if people are going to be camping more on your map, if anybody's going to be able to want to push, if you have enough cover to push. It's so many different fundamentals to each and every individual map that, pretty much designs a game, like Call of Duty Ghosts, for example. A game that is very, very, very angle dependent. And it's because of the map designs. People say it's because of the time to kill, which is very fast in the game. Some people say it's because of the attachments, which there are some annoying attachments like thermals and stuff like that. But thermals are in every Call of Duty game. It all comes down to how they designed the maps. They allowed people to have power positions that could watch across the whole map, and you could two-tap someone with an AR, so nobody wanted to move because of the way the maps were designed. Black Ops 4, for an example, one of the most fast-paced boots-on-the-ground games we have ever played in our whole life. But as you notice, the majority of the maps are very small, condensed, 3-lane styled maps. You know where everybody's going to be at. It's very, very, very predictable. And for me personally, yes, at the end of the day, it came down to a more boring playstyle. But even though the maps have a lack of variety, it was still very fun. It was still action-packed, fast-paced, and it was arcadey. Now, coming from Modern Warfare, I could see what they did with the map designs. It's typical of them to branch out and try to make something unique. They always do. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Ghost, even Infinite Warfare, where they tried to make a more traditional Treyarch-styled map, they still try to branch off and make their own creative design. So coming from Infinity Ward, I can see where they went completely wrong. I don't agree with the direction they took with the maps, but I mean, it's just how they rock. That's how they do things. But coming from Treyarch, I was a little disappointed, because Treyarch is usually very good when it comes to releasing very solid maps at launch, and it's crucial. It's so insane. I just can't even put into words how crucial it truly is to make sure that the initial maps, the maps that come out at launch, are very good for the title. Because if you have nothing but boring, dull, basic maps that come out with the game, nobody's going to want to play it, and nobody's going to wait for the future content drops to come out to play the rest of the maps. The game is going to die right on the spot. So why in God's name did Treyarch put out the worst catalog of 6v6 maps we have ever seen released by them in history? I don't understand why they did that when clearly they're competent enough to make maps. There's not one DLC map that I despise. I know a lot of people are kind of 50-50 when it comes to the Pines, which is the mall map when it comes to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, but for me personally, I love that map. There is not a single DLC map that they have put into this game, regardless if it's a remastered map or if it's a brand new map. Let's disregard all the remastered maps. Okay, we're not talking about remastered maps right now. We're talking about specifically Treyarch made brand new styled maps. All of the DLC maps they have made are beautiful. They are gorgeous. The flow is there. The gameplay is there. And it feels like a traditional, fun, fast-paced 6v6 Treyarch designed map. Now, my question is, where the hell were they? Why didn't they start off this game with this set amount of maps? Why are the DLC maps coming later on? These should have been here day one, and maps like Miami and Crossroads, the massive Crossroads map and all that stuff, and Armada, and all these different maps, they should have came on later in. They should have never been here day one. They should have pushed those way back in the cycle. Honestly, it's making me think that the leaks that were said before Black Ops Cold War are all true. Now, again, like I said, these are just leaks. None of this stuff that I'm about to tell you guys, because I'm going to run it past you guys, because I know a lot of people are new here, a lot of people haven't watched any of my previous content, so I might as well let you guys know about it. But these leaks came out before Black Ops Cold War was actually released, and what these leaks said is that Sledgehammer Games were the main developers of Black Ops Cold War when it was already coming out. I don't even know if the name was Black Ops Cold War. I'm sure that they changed the name when, the Treyarch Games absolutely took over the studio and stuff like that and took over the rest of the game. But in the initial beginning, Sledgehammer Games were the main development team for this title when Activision completely cut off the studio and made Treyarch come in mid-game cycle, mid-life cycle of this game to finish off the project. So to me personally, it really does feel like the initial maps that were in this game, the initial 6v6 rotation that we had, was made by Sledgehammer Games. And then all the DLC maps, since, Treyarch Games came into the cycle late, they probably didn't have any time to make any of the legitimate maps that are already in the game. They were probably already working on the DLC maps, but as you could tell, all the DLC maps play amazing. They all play like traditional Treyarch maps. It really makes you think. And honestly, like I said, it could go one of two ways. Either Treyarch was trying to branch out and be like Infinity Ward and try out new styles of maps, new styles of gameplay and stuff like that, and they were experimenting with their fan base to see what we would enjoy and what we wouldn't enjoy, and then obviously down the road they had DLC maps prepped up, more traditional style Treyarch maps as backup in case a lot of people didn't like the initial maps they had in the game. Or like I just said, Sledgehammer Games made the initial version of this game. They already had multiple 6v6 maps pre-designed, so Treyarch Games didn't even bother making any maps to come out on launch. They just used Sledgehammer Games on launch, and then as DLC comes out, that's when Treyarch actually started putting forth their effort. Regardless of the situation or whatever happened, all of this stuff is inexcusable. It cannot happen. And a AAA developed game that is releasing for $60, $70, even $80 per each copy, this should not be an issue. First off, them just releasing 5, 6, 7 maps on day one is just a slap to the face as it is. That's bad enough. So I don't support that in any type of way. And you've probably listened to a lot of my past commentaries where I've made rants about that specific issue where they release no content in the very beginning of the game. But not just that. Not only are they releasing no content, but the content that they do release to us is trash. So we have minimal content of 5, 6, 7 maps, and each and every one of those maps are just atrocious. None of them are playable, none of them are enjoyable. I will say, they are more playable than Modern Warfare, but at the end of the day, none of them were outstanding. I didn't say, oh wow, look, this map is coming up again. I can't wait to play on this. I can't wait to see this one remastered. No, like I already see DLC maps that they have put into Black Ops Cold War that I want to see come back in the future. But not a single map that released on day one I will never want to see again. I don't want to see any of them make a return. And when the group of maps can make someone feel that way, you know that you have completely messed up. And that is a major flaw in your game because nobody is going to stay. Over half of the population, over half of the fan base who enjoys your titles are going to leave if over half of the game that you're playing is not playable. I'm telling you right now, when I load into Black Ops Cold War, when I load into Modern Warfare, and I have to look through the catalog of maps and stuff like that on day one for both those titles, they were atrocious. These past 2 years have been disgusting. At least in Black Ops 4 and in World War II, I was able to enjoy the map variety. They weren't the most outstanding games at launch. They still had bugs and glitches, but at least they were still playable. At least the maps didn't make them a complete snooze fest. But at the end of the day, I gotta say that the map variety when it comes to this game is pretty darn good right now. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. My only thing that I have wrong right now is that it wasn't like this in the very beginning. I hop on 6v6 nowadays and I go throughout the whole playlist and I'm having a blast. There's tons of good maps popping up throughout the whole rotation. And I don't mind. I don't mind playing a bad map on the occasion. As long as the mass majority of the maps that I play are fun and enjoyable, it does not bother me. But on day one, you cannot have a massive catalog of trash maps and then expect people to stay and enjoy your game when they can't even get any good gameplay out of it. You see what I'm saying? But guys, I want to end the commentary off here. Just want to let you guys know how I felt about the new map rotation in this game. I do enjoy it. It's actually pretty decent right now. And if you haven't tried out Black Ops Cold War recently with 6v6, give it a shot. You might actually enjoy what you see. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Also, want to chat with me? There's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord, but it's linked down in the description. And last but not least, if you can catch you live streaming video games, I do that over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.